Hi, Tina. Welcome to the podcast. And I'm so glad that I am having you after a long time. Really happy to reintroduce you to my family because now it's been a big fat family of 100K. Yeah, I would love if you can share a little about yourself in your words.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Shraddha. I am, as you know, but perhaps your audience doesn't, I am an internationally certified image consulting and a soft skills trainer. I am an ICF certified life coach now, and I am somebody who practices NLP as well. I do a lot of one-on-one, online, offline. I do corporate trainings, I do group trainings, and I
A lot.
have friends both in India, abroad. I could go on. However, this is going to be about you. And I just want to say that thank you so much for having me here today. Our relationship or connection goes back a long way. And I haven't had the privilege to meet you. However, this is a wonderful opportunity for me to see you online.
Likewise, Tina. If in fact I have been Delhi couple of times, I think we should plan a meeting. But yeah,
Absolutely.
now I would really want you to share your LinkedIn journey that I'm definitely going to capture in an article as well as in this podcast. So, one question comes in my mind before we met, how you were feeling about LinkedIn, how were you planning your growth, what was the scenario exactly?
Okay. So before I met you, Shraddha, very frankly, I had no LinkedIn experience at all. I would say I had just some amount of presence. However, I was completely clueless. And this is coming from somebody who is very well versed with Instagram, and I have a decent amount of following there. But LinkedIn was a completely different ball game. So I would say I just had presence there because I knew LinkedIn is important, but how to take it forward was a huge question mark till you came into my life.
Tina, I see your Instagram. I love that. In fact, the tips you share, along with the number of followers you carry, the engagement as well, because on engagement, Instagram engagement is quite tough to get because I know myself have been really tough for me, but then you have been you have been actually nailing it honestly. So, Tina, because as you said, that LinkedIn have been quite tough and a question mark to you. But the moment we started, I remember you told me that I may not be going looking forward to go viral and so on, but I am a kind of person who would stick to those strategies and everything for a longer time. And now I literally see now the growth you get on your LinkedIn. So I would like to know what were your advantages when you started on LinkedIn and how your journey has been throughout.
So the advantages were nothing before I met you, Shraddha, very frankly, except what lay within me was something that I carry in myself. Like you rightly mentioned, I believe that one needs to be consistent. And that has really never been an issue with me, especially with my journey on Instagram. I was used to doing that as a habit. However, I had no idea what kind of content now to put on LinkedIn, which is where I got a lot of insights from you. My profile was incomplete. I simply, just because I was not getting the required traction there, I thought, why bother? Why waste time? And I got so many invaluable tips from you as to how to complete it, what should be your target audience, what kind of valuable content I need to share. And I could just, like I said, go on and on and on, because before that, I was completely clueless.
True. I mean, when I see your growth now, Tina, what I believe in is you have been doing really commendable job. I see there is no day like you're missing the consistency. So number one thing, I would like you to share at least one suggestion or a tip to the leaders like you in the industry, what they should learn and why they should in fact build a brand on LinkedIn.
Okay. So I feel it's very, very simple. Most offers that you will get for work are routed through LinkedIn. Your presence on LinkedIn has to be very, very strong. You need to be consistent. You need to put out valuable content. You need to engage just like we engage on other platforms on social media, but your engagement has to be relevant. It has to be with the right connections. Forming that is very, very imperative, according to me. And from somewhere around 500 followers, Shraddha, now I have reached 10,500. And the only two people that I can thank in my journey is, of course, you, because you instilled in me the importance of how one should go about it, and also, certain tips and tricks. Because I was, like I said, completely clueless. So you were phenomenal, have really changed the game for me. I would also like to add that you need to figure out, why are you on LinkedIn? Is it to get more leads? Is it to make more valuable connections? Networking. What is it? Your why has to be very strong, and that helps you to stay consistent along your journey.
That's very true, Tina. In fact, I would like to know, did you got any opportunity from LinkedIn that would help in your corporate journey?
So really, I feel that most of the corporates who reach out to me are somebody who has seen my profile, and then they reach out to me, and then I need to share whatever else with them. So if you are somebody who is a professional, a working professional, you need to have good LinkedIn presence. You cannot just be sharing random things on Instagram or your Instagram handles with them. It does not work.
Yeah, true, very true. Tina, now I would like to know the moment we were working together, what were your, implementations and how smooth were it? And I would also like to know that what was your overall experience, and if in case you would recommend Shraddha, so how would you recommend on the scale of 0 to 10?
I would say a complete 10, Shraddha, very frankly, because you are the one who kept in touch with me constantly. You shared so many mails, and no matter how busy I was, you kept giving that reminder, you need to do this, you need to do this, which helps you stay relevant and consistent as well. And I also remember a few years back when we had this long conversation of 1 hour, perhaps, and you were so patient with me because I had so many questions in my mind, but you answered them so patiently. And I just cannot thank you enough for that. So, if I were to recommend anyone who wants a good, strong presence on LinkedIn, then Shraddha is definitely somebody who comes to mind. She will help you, or rather, she will become like a partner in your journey throughout. So, please definitely reach out to Shraddha.
Well, I am so glad that I could be part of your journey, and I see your growth, and I see that you are the one who is actually sticking to the longer run and implementing all of these things, because LinkedIn growth is definitely all about staying consistent for years. It's just not about months, and you literally nailed on this. So glad for this. And Tina, the final question before we close this podcast is that why you actually felt that LinkedIn can be a place for you, because you already said that if people in your industry, people wants to gain some opportunities, they can definitely leverage LinkedIn. But at the same time, the moment you started leveraging, it's been more than 2 years now. What do you think? How long did it took you to start watching the results coming from LinkedIn?
Okay, so if I remember correctly, it definitely was not overnight. And for the longest time, I had this apprehension, should I continue? Should I just let it go? However, I chose to stick to it because you kept motivating me as well. There were these random messages from you every once in a while, which kind of set that alarm bell in my mind ringing. And perhaps after about a year or so, I started seeing growth. And now, suddenly, post touching 10K, the growth is a little faster. So it's all about, having clear goals, putting out valuable content, staying consistent, working smart rather than working hard, which means that get in touch with Shraddha. You need some kind of a mentor who will handhold you along this journey.
I'm so glad we met and we worked together, and the growth you're watching till today. And I really hope that it will keep happening. And I'm so glad that we are having this. And now coming to an end, Tina, what would be your one sentence for working with me, and how would you like to proceed your LinkedIn journey in future, how you are actually mapping it up?
Okay, so if I were to just share something about our relationship, I would simply say that I could not have done it without your support and your guidance. So thank you so much. And I think that speaks volumes of the kind of person you are, because you're very genuine, you're quick to, connect back if everybody needs some support or guidance. She is always there. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, please do reach out to Shraddha. She's very grounded. She knows what she's talking about, and she's always there. She's like the accountability partner also.
Tina, thank you so much for doing this podcast with me, and I'm gonna share it very soon with our audience. But huge thanks to you for taking time in your busy schedule and making this happen. Thanks a lot. And yeah, we will be meeting soon in coming lives. But then for today, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shraddha. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. You have a great day. Bye bye.